And there came a day unlike any other, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Star Wars Comics Daily from Scorcher Hill, hosted by Brian Kieron and Matt Wood. From Scorcher Hill, this is Star Wars Comics Daily. I'm Matt Wood.
And I'm Brian Kieron.
Welcome to episode 129 of Star Wars Comics Daily, Darth Vader number 9. Darth Vader number 9 was released September 9th, 2015. I don't know why I corrected myself. It doesn't matter.
Right. Writer is Kieron Gillen. Artist is Salvador Larroca. Colorist is Edgar Delgado. Letterer is Joe Caramagna. And the cover is by Larroca and Delgado.
Yeah. Darth Vader, man, he's a sneaky guy.
He is very sneaky. I like this little bit at the beginning where he's, oh yeah, I killed those guys like months ago, man.
Yeah, like I'm wondering, it had to have been this comic that first like introduced the concept of like, yeah, he's corrupt more so than like the outward evilness. But, like, he's, like, creating conspiracies and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I guess we need to get into what this issue's about before we go any further than that. So, Brian, tell me what happens in Darth Vader number 9.
On Anthem 13, a squad of rebels find Darth Vader. It does not go well for them.
No.
On the orbital dockyard around Anthem Prime, Thanos contacts Vader, explaining that he feels like the meteor that destroyed the Star Destroyer and facilitated the robbery was not an accident. Vader is not worried, but Thanos asks him what he was doing on Anthem 13 at the time. Vader says that he pursued a rebel cell there and dealt with them. Thanos can check it out if he wants, because the bodies are totally there right now, because he killed them in the first page.
Yeah.
Thanos takes Vader deep into the planet to find an informant to the Dragon, an arms dealer who surely provided the explosives for the robbery. When they get to the droid fighting pit, they find the Astart twins already clearing the place. Thanos spots Doan, the man they are looking for. Doan gives them the location of the Dragon. The twins are done killing everyone, and Thanos tells them that Doan can help them find the plasma devils, but Morit decapitates the informant to show that...
Not quite done killing everybody.
Yes, right. Yes. Morit decapitates the informant to show his strength to the other lowlifes in the area. Elsewhere on Anthem Prime, Aphra and the murder droids meet with the Anti. Aphra pays him to find the whereabouts of Commodex Ton. 000 asks why they would want information about someone who sounds irrelevant, and Aphra tells him that the Ton's family were morticians on Naboo.
Oh my goodness! And I mean, it's got to be about Qui-Gon, right?
Yeah, exactly. Sure.
Or Darth Maul.
Yeah, because that's what Darth Vader's interested in.
Trying to think of other people that died on Naboo. A few Gungans.
Yeah, a bunch of Gungans. I'm sure that Commodex Tan had nothing to do with the Gungans' corpses, though.
No. But, credit to the Naboo. One of my favorite things about that is, like, it's like a small thing that, like, it's never, like, outwardly explained and it makes all the sense in the world. But prior to, like, episode 1, like, all the Naboo representation on the Senate was, just people. And then, like, afterwards is, like, Gungans got a spot,
Yeah.
It sucks because it's Jar Jar, So it's like
right.
One step forward for progress, one step back for, choosing probably the worst representation of that group.
Sure.
But yeah, I always like that small, weird detail. And yes, in true Jar Jar fashion, he does essentially start the Galactic Empire.
He does start the Clone Wars.
We've got something very Star Warsy in the first panel. Every Star Wars movie has a binocular shot.
Yeah.
And true to form, we got one here.
Yep, the Rebels are psyched. They totally found Darth Vader. They're going to beat him up.
Yeah. But we have normal numbers, which is not Star Warsy.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. But that's okay. I always loved, like, the look of the Rebels.
Yeah.
Like, we see, like, Jin Urso wears that outfit with like the hat for a little while.
Yeah.
And like the Hoth rebels. I always kind of dig that. I don't know. It's hard to describe. I hate the Alderaanian rebels that are on the Tantive 4 in the beginning of A New Hope. Because for me, it's like those rebels are like the worst representation of what rebels actually are. Because they look too clean, you know.
Well, and at that point, they were still pretended at least to be part of the Senate and stuff, right?
Right. I guess that makes sense. But I like I like a dirty rebel.
Right. Yeah, those guys were still pretending at least to be part of the Republic.
Sure.
Whereas like Cassian or somebody has totally thrown that away.
He's apparently been killing kids since he was like a kid himself.
Sure.
Right, killing kids.
We got a TV show. We're probably going to sand those edges off a little bit, dude. Come on.
Yeah. I'm sure that TV show is going to be a real barrel of laughs.
Yeah.
We do have a TV show coming, right? Have we heard any casting outside of,
No, because I think they're going to do Obi-Wan first. So I think the Cassian show is still quite a bit away,
man.
Especially now that everything's been shut down for 3 months.
Yeah, I hope that the thing actually, they actually
I would
make
imagine,
it.
I think as well as The Mandalorian worked, I think we're going to get all the TV shows we want out of Star Wars.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. Well,
at least
my fear is because remember how like the story movies, like the non-episodic story movies, were going to be a big thing, and then like Rogue One was popular because nothing was hotter than Star Wars. But then like Solo, but it wasn't Solo's fault.
No, there was a bunch. I still feel there's a bunch of other problems surrounding Solo that messed that movie up. And
absolutely.
I think the reason that they did decide, screw it, we're not going to make any movies like this, is because they were already thinking about Disney Plus, I think.
Yeah, we just do that on TV.
Where they could do that on TV easier.
Yeah. I just don't want something like Cassian getting pushed to the side because
right. I mean,
it could be a cool show.
I mean, as much as if they had the same reaction to, like, say Obi-Wan sucks for some reason, if they have the same reaction to that as they did Solo, yeah, that could throw everything out. But like I said,
you feel like they're smarter than that, right?
I think the Solo thing, I think that's what happened. Is like, oh well, if the movies aren't going to work, maybe we'll just do this. We'll do this Boba Fett show instead, and then it turned into Mandalorian. So
Solo was like the biggest movie that people see that didn't see it in theater and like, oh wow, that was actually good. And it's like, yeah, it was. Like,
I love it. I think it's a great movie.
People just had this like weird perception of it because they followed the behind the scenes stuff, which is never good,
right.
Unless it's Fantastic Four. Then it's very entertaining. But yeah, like they didn't go see it because it came out like a week after Infinity War.
That's always been my feeling, is that if they released it in the winter like they've released every other Star Wars movie, I think it would have done really well.
It baffled me why they didn't either, because there wasn't like a Marvel movie in theaters at the time either. For that Christmas, right?
Probably something.
I don't think so. I think the only one was Captain Marvel.
Because Captain Marvel came out like in March or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, because Ant-Man and Wasp came out at the end of the summer, so yeah, there probably wasn't a winter movie for Marvel.
Right. It's just like.
No, I completely agree. I think that's what sunk it.
Yeah.
I think it was that, and then, two trolls decided it sucked, and everybody jumped all over that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like, like every movie, it has its problems, but no, like it's entertaining, it's good, it's well done, and it honestly. I will still be in the ball camp or the ballpark or the camp, whatever. I don't know what idiom I'm going with. I will still be in the group that says they should have never made a Solo movie, but they did, and it was at least good.
Yeah, I mean, I would 100% enjoy if they made a sequel to the show, made a sequel to it as a show. I would totally be down for that.
Right.
I don't think I could do it at this point.
Yeah, because they cast. I think their problem with why that's never going to happen is they went too cast heavy.
Right, exactly. Like, I'm sure you can get the dude who played Solos back, but you're not going to get Donald Glover. You're not going to get Khaleesi. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You could probably get what's his butt Vision, Paul Bettany or whatever.
Yeah, you might not even get him. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's got his own TV show coming out, dude.
Oh, does he really? What show is that?
It's called the WandaVision.
Oh, duh. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I thought it was like have like some FX show or something. It just seems like something that always happens. Uh, I like the investigator. I keep on forgetting his name.
Thanoff.
Is it really Thanoff?
Thanoff with a TH
Thanoff.
at the end. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Thanos with a TH at the end. So I guess if you want to go Thanos, you can.
I like him.
He's good, but he's too smart.
He's too
That's
smart. He's too smart to
because
last very long in this comic.
right, because yes, Darth Vader's gonna kill him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because yeah, he's all up in his business. Because that's you were talking about how you. It's interesting that Vader's doing all this conspiracy, and it's like he wouldn't have to if this guy wasn't around. I mean, he
Yeah.
wouldn't. Who cares what happened on Anthem Prime or Anthem 13, whatever, except for this one dude.
You know what I don't like? I don't like how Vader is sitting in that.
He does seem very, very comfortable and laid back, and that's in that one panel. It's like very strange. I agree.
Yeah, it's like there's a leg cross going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he's sitting on the TIE fighter. That seems strange.
Yeah, I definitely, if it was just Anakin, I could totally see that. But in that armor and stuff, that seems very problematic.
Yeah.
And it's probably just because we're not used to seeing David Prowse do anything but stand.
Here's my question, and I might have glanced past this, but how exactly is Tanoth breathing?
That is a good question. He is all on the wreckage of this.
Yeah, he's very much in space right now.
Yeah, it certainly seems like it. I don't know. You're right. It definitely does look like it's completely open to space, but I mean, it must not be somehow.
I mean, there can easily be a no prize, but the fact that they don't give me that are like...
Because I don't know.
He's not like even in a bubble.
Like when ships get wrecked and stuff, do they have like emergency force fields and stuff? Like I know Star Trek does, but I don't know if I've ever seen that in Star Wars. Because the reflector shields...
they got the shields, but
Yeah.
I don't know if they necessarily have... I mean, I guess not, because, like in Last Jedi,
because like
Akbar and Leia get sucked out.
that's true. If this was Star Trek, there would be an effect behind him. Like you could see kind of the wall, the force field. But yeah, at Star Wars, I don't think they do that. So I don't know what the deal is.
He's got his little projector droid, but I mean, sure, I'm sure there's something.
Well,
but yeah,
that would be the other option is that he's actually not even there. He's in some 3D hologram thing. But again, I don't know. Star
make
Wars
him
doesn't
blue,
really use that
make him all,
technology.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Put a
the
VR
background
headset
was all-
on him.
If it was all cruddy blue like Darth Vader set is, then yeah.
What do you think of the monocle?
I think we've talked about it. I think it's one of those one little tick too much. He's already got the weird mustache goatee thing or whatever. It's not a goatee, but whatever.
Yeah, you might as well be putting like a Sherlock pipe in his mouth too, right?
Yeah, because he's got a cane. Yeah, he's got just a little bit too much flair.
He looks like an Imperial. You ever see that Robot Chicken Star Wars thing? And remember how the Imperial guy is like, okay, Darth Vader believes he has this mystical power. So if he acts like he's choking, you just pretend to be choked. And what we're going to do is, once we carry you out, we're just going to put a disguise on you and put you back to work. It feels like he's wearing one of those, he looks like a guy in disguise.
Yeah, for sure.
But, well,
but he's not.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, in the next page, he is in a couple panels, but then in a couple other panels, he's not wearing a monocle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because when they get down into the droid pits, he's not wearing the monocle anymore.
I think that's Larroca forgetting to draw it.
Yeah, he's not wearing the hat or the monocle.
The hat I can understand because he's not wearing that. Yeah, but the monocle because he's wearing it as they go in. Oh, look at that! Yeah.
He's got it on again, but he's holding it with his hand, so that must be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because after the middle page, when they've got Duan, he's got it, but he's holding it up with his hand.
It seems like an easy thing to just add in there. You just draw a circle.
Yeah, I mean...
Does he make his eye bigger? No, his eye's not any bigger beneath the monocle.
And then he's not wearing it again later. I mean, he must just put it on and off for personal effect, I guess. Or maybe it's he only uses it when he needs to see something close up. I don't know. But he's definitely taking it on and off.
Starting to think that he's a phony.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I hate the twins.
Yeah, they're pretty awful.
Whether the Astart,
A
Astri,
start, a
Astarch
start, I
twins.
guess,
Yeah.
because it's Astarte.
But yeah, they're awful.
Yeah, because their mission is to find the plasma devils, so I barely remember even what their deal is. But they're in the same place, tearing this place up.
I thought it was the group of guys that Vader killed, but they're not, right? They're just random rebels.
Yeah, no, I
He's
think
like framing as like the robbers.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, I think it's a separate deal because I think he was tasked to find out the robbery, and because he wanted to go after the plasma devils, but the Stark kids got to go after it instead, and he's got to, investigate his own crime.
Yeah. Which he would have loved that these kids had to investigate the crime because they're idiots.
Right? Yes, they wouldn't have figured it out.
Yeah, and they would have killed Tanoff like
Yeah.
issues ago. But no such luck. So Duwan is a Nautilin, which is of course the same species as our friend Kit Fisto.
I was going to say, yeah, he's a Kit Fisto.
He's a bit of a fat Kit Fisto.
Yeah, yeah.
It's weird to see Vader actually choking him. I mean, I guess Vader does that. He does that move to Captain Antilles on the Tantive before. The first time we literally see Vader choking someone, he is actually choking them.
Oh, that's right, with his hand, yeah.
Yeah, but it does feel like, you can... Well, you just force choke. But
I don't know.
I'm not going to question why Vader does the things he does.
You got a robot hand, you got to use it sometimes, dude.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Do you think his robot hand is stronger than his normal hand?
His normal hand's long gone, so yes,
Right.
but I would assume, I don't know, why you would get cyborg armor and stuff if it wasn't stronger than just a normal human.
But part of me wants to say that like Palpatine would be like, no, make it worse. Just
It could
like
be.
make him like.
And it's not like, we see him jump around with his strong legs and stuff like that, but he doesn't have a lot
Yeah.
of movement in his armor. I mean, obviously, we know why in real life, but he doesn't move around very well in this, so I don't know.
It'd be cool if, like for legs, he had like those legs like Darth Maul has, or like General Grievous legs. Like General Grievous like walks on like the side of a ship and stuff. That'd be cool, but nah. Yeah. Palpatine cheaped
Couldn't do
out.
that in 1977, dude. So
yeah.
He just walks around. And we've talked about it. That's kind of what makes him even scarier.
Do you think choking a Nautilin is that effective? I think this is more of an intimidation thing because they're aquatic.
Yeah, they're definitely aquatic, but I don't know if that means that they can just not breathe for a while.
Yeah, but I like to think that guy's like, I don't need to breathe air, so choke all you want, dude.
Could be. I mean, he definitely gives in. But...
Oh, sure, because you got Darth freaking Vader choking
right.
you. Because that, like, you certainly don't tell Vader. Okay, so, like, for example, I grew up in the South, so therefore that means I was a spanked child as a kid. It's okay. I'm not saying I was abused or anything. But my grandmother, I think I said damn once. And my grandmother was just like, no way, dude. So she went to spank me. And she used her hand. And dude, like, my grandmother's an old lady.
Right.
And that didn't hurt at all. And I made the mistake of, like, laughing instead of, like, being upset. And, of course, like, the next time I got spanked, it was, like, with a belt. So, I think, like, this guy's smarter than me when I was, like, 5. Because, Vader's choking him. He's like, dude, this doesn't hurt. I don't even breathe air. But he's not going to say that because he knows whatever upgrade Vader gives him is going to be worse.
Well, okay. One, I don't think that's true at all. And I also don't think you understand how amphibians work. I don't think they can just not breathe. I think they can breathe water. They can bring air. I think they still need oxygen and stuff.
I've never met a fish person, Brian.
Right? But, I mean, like frogs and stuff, I mean, they can, I think Again, I think it's just it's not like I just don't breathe ever, so I don't have to worry about being in the water or being in the air. I think it's he breathes.
No, I think he needs to have one or the other.
Well, he's amphibian, so he can do both.
But he has to do both, is what you're saying.
I think he has to do both. I don't think you can just put an amphibian in a jar and suck all the air out and it's fine. I think it's still gonna die.
Yeah, probably.
And you could even argue, well, even if he can, I mean, he can still crush his neck or something.
But he doesn't need that.
Okay. Well, he needs to talk. Surely his voice box is in his neck, dude.
Nah, it's gills.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Tanith's reactions to all of this.
Yeah, yes, he's very like, hey, Astard guys, this dude will totally help you. He knows where the plasma devils are. Don't care. Chop his head off.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah.
He's so frustrated. I wish we'd have used this cane on him. That would have showed those punk kids.
Yep.
I don't really have much more for Vader and Tanith. I think I'm good to go for Aphra, unless you got anything else.
Yeah. No.
So we get our second appearance this week of a Given.
Yep. The ante.
As a matter of fact, when you... Oh, sorry. I was going to make the mistake of saying when you go to Givins' Wikipedia page for canon, well, one of the first pictures that come up is the ante.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, this might be the Given, the Given that... The most famous of Givins.
Yeah, probably. I mean, didn't you say there was one in the cantina?
I've always heard that. And, I know Givins have been around, they were in, the droid cartoons and, all that stuff. So, Givins have, shown up for forever. But literally cannot remember seeing a Given.
Well, I was going to say, do any of them have a name even, so?
Oh, no. But... So I'm looking at a picture of a Given that's apparently in the cantina. And I don't think we ever actually see him on camera.
Okay.
But he certainly is. This is clearly in the cantina from the 70s. So I'm thinking he probably was just on a baseball card or something. Where they're just well, we had him, but we didn't use him. But still,
right. He was in there, and they just didn't. He got cut or whatever.
Right. You can even see the praying mantis, the gigantic mantis, in A New Hope. But I've never seen the Given there. But apparently, yeah, he's there. They're so weird looking. I don't like them.
Yeah, it's very because it's do they have eyes in there? Because they've got eye holes and mouth holes, but there's nothing. It's just black. So it's I don't know.
If you really wanted, I could read you about the.
I mean, I don't care that much.
Okay, good. Because I really don't want to read it.
No, this guy's on 2 pages, so whatever.
Yeah.
I assume he's got eyes and mouths because he can speak, so he's got to have something going on in there.
Yeah, apparently they do have eyes. So they're just probably really small or hard.
Or maybe they're just black eyes, and that's why you can't see them.
That could be it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything too interesting here that I actually want to read. So, but yeah, the ante.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that nickname. I know it's a gambling thing, right?
Yeah, ante I think is when you put in your first amount or whatever. I'm not a big gambler either. Because that's the other thing. I started to put when I was typing, it was oh, well, he runs a casino. And it's well, does he? I don't know. Or does he just hang out in the casino? I don't know what his job is. So I took it out.
Yeah. The ante. No, he's an auntie. He's Dr. Aphra's auntie.
Oh,
it's actually a lady.
It could be a lady.
Apparently, he is mentioned in the Jyn Erso novel Rebel Rising.
Okay.
But another mention in Vader Down, and the appearances here in Dr. Aphra, or not Dr. Aphra, but Darth Vader, that's it for the Anti's Star Wars contributions. But he works in the Spire. But I don't... He's an info broker, of course. Mm-hmm. But I'm not getting any kind of like,
Yeah, I don't know. They definitely go into what looks like sort of a casino. Certainly, 000 is excited to play some hollow chess.
Oh, sure.
Even though he's horrible at it.
Yeah, well. But yeah, no, I don't see anything about this being his.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they're so ugly. I don't like looking at them. Look at that very real-world SD card.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just seems a little too, it looks like a sand disk.
Yeah, but isn't the thing they give the Death Star plans at the end of like Rogue One very much just like a diskette or whatever?
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe some ideas are just universal.
Right.
Like that's the best way to move data.
Right. Even in New Hope, Leia put some sort of disk into R2
like
with
a floppy disk or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's all I got for this issue.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to Naboo next issue.
Oh boy, that can't go well.
Nah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
But what will also be fine is joining us next week on Star Wars Comics Daily. Starting on Monday, we're going to be looking at Star Wars number 32. But that's going to be next week. From Star Wars Comics Daily, I'm Matt Wood.
And I'm Brian Kieron.
And until next week, may the Force be with you.